Chapter 3. Mr. and Mrs. Carter were pleased with the progress they had made and took one final selfie of their energetic efforts with the leaves. Test Tube went back inside with Dr. Stringer and spent a quiet evening washing his paws as the doctor worked in the lab, mixing chemicals, experimenting, and recording reactions. It was a normal evening in Dr. Stringer's home. Suddenly, there was a flash of lightning. Thunder roared close by. The wind started to blow. Dr. Stringer looked out of his window. "No, no, no," he wailed. "Look, Test Tube, now there are more leaves in the yard than before." The storm affected the Carters' house, too. Their lights flickered. Rosie looked out the window. She heard that wind howling and dreaded the sight that she might see. Jerry came over to take a peek. He asked, "So tell me, how bad is it? Are there more leaves on the ground than we gathered today?" He covered his eyes like a kid does in a scary movie, just peeking through a couple fingers. Rosie gave Jerry a long hug as she broke the news. "Sorry, it's the worst case scenario." Jerry uncovered his eyes and glared out the window. He mumbled several inaudible words under his breath. They both crashed on the sofa like two defeated athletes, their legs out straight, their arms slumped and hands open at their sides. They were just plain worn out. They knew they would have to do it all over again after the storm. "Let's just go to bed," Rosie suggested. Jerry followed her to the bedroom. Dr. Stringer and Test Tube were getting sleepy too. The sounds of pouring rain were lulling them to sleep. A loud clap of thunder startled them to attention. Dr. Stringer was horrified when he saw a puddle of water coming up on the basement floor. He too mumbled some inaudible words under his breath. He got up to check his sump pump was ready for action. He fumbled through his desk drawers to find a working flashlight. He grumbled as he found his raincoat. He grumbled some more when he put on his rain boots. "I have to go outside, Test Tube. Don't drink that rainwater off the floor. Something's clogging up the drain pipe. I know it's those nasty leaves again. Leaves, leaves, leave us alone." Off he went. Test Tube stayed inside, high and dry on a chair. He mewed and yawned. Sure enough, it was those leaves, clogging the eaves and the pipes. He took a broom and cleaned both places, while the rain poured on his head and the wind howled and nearly knocked him over. He slipped a few times on the wet leaves, but made it safely back to the basement. He slammed the door shut and went to bed.